In the 9th and 10th centuries, while much of Europe struggled in the shadows of the Dark Ages, the Islamic world was experiencing a golden age of knowledge. And in that age, one man stood out as a thinker so influential that people called him the second teacher, second only to Aristotle. His name was Al-Farabi. Al-Farabi was born around 872 in what is now Kazakhstan. From the beginning, he was drawn to learning. He traveled widely, studying in places like Baghdad, which at the time was the heart of philosophy, science, and culture. Baghdad's famous House of Wisdom held translations of Greek texts. And here Al-Farabi immersed himself in the works of Plato and Aristotle. But Al-Farabi wasn't just a translator or a commentator. He was a builder of ideas. He took Greek philosophy and blended it with Islamic thought, creating something entirely new. One of his most famous ideas was about the virtuous city. Al-Farabi imagined a society where the ruler is not just a politician, but also a philosopher, a person guided by wisdom, justice, and virtue. For him, the best society was one where people worked together to achieve true happiness, not just wealth or power. This idea influenced later Islamic thinkers like Avicenna and Averroes, and even medieval Christian philosophers who studied his works. In fact, without Al-Farabi, much of Aristotle and Plato might never have reached Europe. But philosophy wasn't his only passion. Al-Farabi was also a musician. He wrote about the science of music and even built instruments. Some say he could make people laugh, cry, or fall asleep simply by playing. To him, music wasn't just entertainment. It was a way to understand harmony, the same harmony that he believed should exist in the soul and in society. He also made important contributions to logic, psychology, and political philosophy. His works on logic helped shape Islamic philosophy for centuries, and his attempt to reconcile reason with faith laid the foundation for later debates between religion and philosophy. Yet despite his brilliance, Al-Farabi lived a simple life. He never sought riches or power. He spent much of his time teaching, writing, and thinking. He died in Damascus in 950, leaving behind more than 100 works, though many have been lost. Today, Al-Farabi is less famous than philosophers like Aristotle or even his student Avicenna, but his impact runs deep. He was a bridge between Greek philosophy and Islamic thought, between science and spirituality, between East and West. Al-Farabi's story teaches us that ideas do not belong to one culture or one time. They travel, they mix, they grow. And often, the ones who pass them along quietly are just as important as the ones who first created them. So the question is, are we living in a virtuous city? Or are we still searching for the wisdom that Al-Farabi believed should guide humanity?